Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise.
Chickens. Where you at?
Huge shout out to all of the Adventurers Guild members here on YouTube and all of the supporters from Patreon for their dedicated support of keeping this channel always on the rise. What's up? I need to get into the Discord chat. What's up, everybody? Good morning. What's up, Trips? How are you doing this morning? Getting going here this morning. Welcome, everybody. Back for some Mage leveling today. Assuming no internet hiccups or anything like that. We are on the march. To 50. Oh, I'm 44. I need to go back and train. I forgot I dinged 44. I thought it was only 43. I'm Tim Anderson, aka Renfell. Playing my Mage. Working my way towards 50. We're going to be doing some dungeons tonight at some point. Tomorrow night is the multi-stream group. Myself, Nathan Napalm, Sparoh, Maduric, and Idhradlor. But in the meantime, playing this character. Last night was Lotro. We had a good session last night, other than poor Misha not being able to get logged in. Man of Shield, rank 4. Blizzard, rank 4. Ooh, new rank Blizzard. And a new Frostbolt. Alright, back to Stranglethorn. Nice trips. I will be back in Vanguard Tuesday of next week, the static group. I will probably be logged in doing some more tutorials. I just launched my tutorial video for the harvesting system in Vanguard Saga of Heroes this morning, so if you haven't checked that video out, check it out on the channel. Ran through the harvesting system last night. I'm going to do another video on the crafting system soon. I may continue to do the explorations of Renfell and the village of Tersh, but for the most part, I'm probably only going to be playing Vanguard on Tuesdays in the static group because I got way too much I want to get done in World of Warcraft. And I've played Vanguard before. I love it. I love the fact the emulator is there. I'm going to be having fun in the emulators, but I also know that there's only content to level 30 and only crafting to tier 3. So there's not enough to keep you busy for more than a few weeks if you're going to play it regularly. So with the static group coming in only on Tuesday mornings, that'll give us 3-4 months of content. But if I try to play it more than that, I'll run out of things to do, and I got way too many other games to play, so. As soon as they release Death Knights, I will be switching over and getting that character taken care of ASAP.
Go with honor,
I think we're going back to Stranglethorn, and we're going down to... Looks like I need to just go to straight to Stranglethorn, right to Booty Bay.
Be careful.
Booty Bay, give me the booty. If you're first time tuning in this morning, welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, regardless of what I'm playing. If you want to support the channel and my journey as a content creator, you can do so with a membership. It's $2.99 a month to join as a member of the Adventurers Guild. Links are down there. You can also gift memberships. And, yes, we are on Peggle for World of Warcraft. You can also do super chats and stickers during live streams, and that goes towards that stream goal over there. We're at $0. It is a brand new day, brand new goal. You can throw $2, $5, $10, whatever you want at the channel. Support this content creator. You should support all content creators, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever you enjoy the most, make sure you support them like you would Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus, because they are creating content that enriches your lives. Hopefully I'm one of them. Today is World of Warcraft Day. I'm going to be playing for a few hours this morning, then a few hours tonight. Tomorrow morning, I think we're going to be doing a power leveling session for Sparoh on the EverQuest TLP server Yellowknack. Which, don't forget, the servers are down right now. They are upgrading to Kunark. And this Saturday, I've got a 12-hour stream planned on the Yellowknack server with my static group in EverQuest. We're going to be leveling up our Ixars, a full group of Ixars that are never leaving the island. I'm going to be playing the Shaman in that group. We're going to be starting at 7 a.m. Central, so don't forget to tune into that on Saturday. Tonight is World of Warcraft dungeoning. Tomorrow night is World of Warcraft dungeoning. Tomorrow morning, we're helping Sparoh level in TLP. As I mentioned, Friday night is P99 night. So Thursday night is a multi-stream night. Myself, Nathan Napalm, Sparoh playing World of Warcraft with Maduric and Idhradlor. Friday night is multi-stream night in EverQuest P99 with myself, Nathan Napalm, Bounty Code Sparoh, Great Vendini, and Kel the Reaver. Then Saturday morning and Sunday morning, I'm of course playing with my EverQuest static group, including Maduric, Kel the Reaver, Helena, and Adam, aka Nim. Hopefully you'll be tuned in for all those things. Alright. Looks like I can get snuff. Looks like there's an island out there I need to go. That must be the island that, Alright. Alright. Speaking of first aid, what's up, Fortnite? Arrgh. What is the mage quest that I've got an Oldham on? Oh, we need a demon power source.
Outstanding.
We'll never say no to healing potions and stuff. 700 a night here. Let's get these instead. Chihuahua. Alright, well we've got to swim, it looks like, to go do those island quests, and I need to get some snuff. It's never snuff. You can never have snuff. It's 4:30 in the afternoon where you live. It is 8:30 in the morning where I live. Chumbada bum 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 bum. Check my emails while I'm waiting here. Nothing this morning. Oh my goodness gracious. Lordy, lordy. I can feel the tiredness coming in. My brother posted something really good. That was pretty amazing. The beast returns from whence it came. The wrath of Neptulon has subsided. What the hell is Neptulon? I have another quest to go up to, magical analysis. I'm gonna grab another cup of coffee myself. dun, 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 dun. I don't know what the ladies are cooking, but it smells good. Decreasing damage taken from spells back to 40 and healing spells up to 80. Lasts 10 minutes. Icy veins. Booty Bay Bruiser. Alright, we're going to be working on the rest of these Stranglethorn quests today. Can I just get rid of this? And maybe just get rid of that necklace too. I don't need that. Got a quest from Maradon. Fires are never good, Fortnite. Oh, I forgot to talk to this dude. Oh, no, that's for something else. That's reporting to a dude in Darkshire. But that was from the Mage person. So I don't know what that was for. I'm assuming the only way to get out of here to swim down there is to go out and around. Killed my horsey. Captain is out there on the coast. So I'm assuming we need to ride out to the coast. Coast. I'm gonna meander that direction because I'm pretty sure we're going there.
Okay, on my way.
Welcome. Yeah, I just ran down here to do these, I think we're swimming to the island, I think is what you told me.
Yeah, we
Or
can.
not the island, sorry, the
Not the
boats.
island.
The
We already
boat.
did the island. It's going to be the
boat.
boats.
Yeah. I got confused between island and boats. 'Tis the boat I meant, sir. Just kind of meandered my way out here. I think the only way to get out here was to come out and around.
Yeah, yep.
Booty Bay.
I mean, I guess you could swim
Yeah.
the other direction, but that would just take forever.
Oh, so you cannot. Yep, back to a little bit of WoW, Druga. These guys are stingy with their snuff.
Yeah. If there's no other people on the boats, we'll be killing a lot on each. So.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
hold
sorry,
up.
you were gonna trade. I forgot. Mage weave. Some random person ran by and gave me like 15 healing potions, which was pretty cool. I will definitely take those. Thank you. Is it that boat? Oh, it looks like it can be any of the boats?
There's one on each.
Oh, Captain
Yeah,
Stillwater,
and then
Feral, and Keelhaul.
you'll probably see Questial be showing a quest at each one, possibly called Cortello's Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
That is a random random spawn in any of the boats. And then it has like a pretty long timer. It's basically like a treasure quest.
Okay.
You have to solve the riddles, go to each spot, and eventually it leads to a buried treasure chest.
Oh, there's a giant thing up, like, helming the boat. Brutus, the elemental. It's like a rock golem or something. No, he's like made out of metal, it looks like. That's really interesting. Like, target not in line of sight. He's like metal?
He's like, these are in Alderman, actually. They're like stone watchers or something. It's interesting that he's here, though, for sure.
He had a snuff even. Questy!
Now we can check the bottom for that riddle.
Okay. Crinkled says we would want one of those golems for ballast. Also, good morning, Crinkle.
don't see it. We can move on to the next boat.
Okay. There's no sharks in here, right?
No, not around here.
These ships are pretty cool. Like, that's well done. No, don't run away. I had a ching-a-ling-a-ling. Dragos super chatted for 20 Ron, which translates to a little over $4. Thank you so much, Dragos. Keep it going, he says. We will, indeed. Thank you so much for the support.
Oh, I guess someone cleared this one out.
There's nobody in here for sure. Other one's got people on. People, I mean NPCs, mobs. We shall keep it going, Druga. That is the plan. Si tienen huevo, si tienen pollo, no, solo pollo. Working our way. Chris and I did the math last night. We are actually, if you look at the pre-tax, pre-everything, we brought in about. I haven't done the total math, but I think we're up to like 650 for the month in total, and our goal was 750 for the month. So we're only $100 away from hitting our goal for the month. So awesome! Thanks to everybody out there who's been supporting my journey as a content creator, because this is my second full-time month, and it looks like we're going to hit our goal. Just keep plugging away at it day after day with folks like Gruga supporting and all of our members. Thank you so much. It's pretty rewarding to have folks being so supportive.
This one's a goblin.
I love his hat.
Yeah, you can do faction for the Bloodsail Buccaneers, and you can get a hat like that. But you pretty much have to completely destroy your faction with the neutral goblins.
Booty Bay.
Yep. Which is why you'll see people killing the guards there. Because I think there is like a little bit, some quests once you get high enough faction with them to go in there and kill like the main NPCs that are at the top of the ship at the inn. But other than that, it's just farming rep from killing the guards and NPCs in Booty Bay. You also get a title, Bloodsail Admiral or something,
That's cool.
and it's part of the insane achievement when they put achievements in. It's where you get exalted with Bloodsail. I think there's a Furbolgs that are up there near Winter Spring,
Well, I appreciate that comment,
and
Druga.
then Ashara.
Thank you.
You can actually get an item from the Furbolgs that'll. It's like it'll turn you into a Furbolg on use, and it lasts like an hour or something.
Yes, please, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Oh yeah, we didn't check.
Yeah, hang on. I got
Double check
sidetracked.
his quarter.
Are we downstairs? I hear
I
fighting.
mean, I'm about to head back down there. Yeah.
Okay, I heard fighting. I was like, panic! Chris bought me a bowl of food, so I got sidetracked. I don't see anything in his quarters.
Yummy. Okay. Yeah, usually it's on like this little stool here.
Okay, is it like a map or something, I'm assuming?
Yep. Yep.
Alright. Looks like they're respawned
Yeah, it looks
up
like
on the
a
boat.
scroll or a map.
Thank you, Chris. Can you take all the cats out so I don't have to get distracted by the food? Thank you. Because otherwise Leia will try to rob my plate. Is it just Lucas? See, Lucas is like, if Lucas here, I don't have a problem with Luke, Chris. It's only Leia. Solo Leia. Si solo es Lucas, déjala. Gracias. Sorry, guys. I have to... Chris bought me a bowl of food, which I promptly had to place to the side because I'm too busy to eat it yet. And if Leia's in here, she will totally ninja my breakfast. Yarg! Liswa says the item that turns you into a Furbolg is a quest item, so you have to not complete the quest to keep it and use it over and over and over. I vaguely remember that quest. That's one way to do it. Just duck in and around the corner every time you get aggro until somebody just tags it and bags it. Ah, mommy!
Yep, there isn't one here either.
Alright. I'm gonna met up.
So I'm guessing whoever had cleared this then probably grabbed it.
Probably.
Which is fine, because it's like a I think it's like a 15 or 20 minute ground spawn. And the reward isn't all that great. It's just, if you try to figure it out on your own, it can be a really fun quest.
Gotcha.
Because like each step takes you to like, it's like the stereotypical treasure chest, like National Treasure. One clue leads to another clue, leads to another clue.
God,
But eventually there is a treasure.
Those are good movies. They, I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with the series. So, I think only one of the main cast came back for the show, so we'll see. Druga's asking, am I gonna build those 2 Lego sets behind me on the stream? I do not plan on doing so. No. I bought those last Christmas for myself as sort of like a reward. But Legos are just doing so well as like a investment item these days that My brother and I have been starting to collect them and just hold on to them, which I wish I would have done years ago because I went to the first ever Star Wars festival in Denver and I bought like $700 worth of Legos for the Phantom Menace sets. And I was just a stoner kid at the time, 19 years old, and I promptly went home and like built all of them, smoked a bunch of weed, and was like, "Yeah, Legos!" And then now they're all worth like hundreds of dollars per set. And my brother and I were pricing things out the other day. I was like, "Nope." So from now on, we just buy Legos and hold on to them. Mostly they're just there for decoration at this point, because otherwise that bookshelf would be rather barren. I'm gonna run around with you, Maduros, but I'm gonna put myself on mute because I need to eat breakfast and it's gonna be crunchy,
Sure.
like nacho chip stuff. So just follow until I get all my snuffs. All right, give me 2 seconds, Maduro. So I'm gonna throw my plate in the kitchen, and then I'm ready to go full time again.
Okay.
Alrighty then. We don't cook a lot of tamales here. The reason for that being, lots of people cook tamales around here, Blisswiss. And there's like a lady that comes by 2 or 3 times a week and just knocks on our door at like 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And she makes amazing. They're not the tamales that most people associate, like the big, round, fluffy ones. These are like compact, wet flour. But pork, chicken, salsa roja, salsa verde. All good stuff. I only need 1 more snuff.
Okay. I'm gonna have to put you on follow for about 5
Yeah,
minutes or
no
so.
worries. No worries. You're correct, Listless. Tex-Mex is not the same. Not bad, but not the same as authentic. Chris does not. Yeah, we just don't do tamales that often because of the. We don't make them, is what I'm getting at. Because there are plenty of people who make them around us. So we tend to make a lot of just other things like chilaquiles is something Chris will make 2 or 3 times a week. Tamales are a pain in the ass to make. It's a lot of effort. So if you're gonna make them, you need to be making a lot of them. And because it's just 2 people, it's not usually worth the effort to make them. When, and I say that the caveat being when there are so many readily available to just buy, because we have people coming by and selling them to us directly. I mean, she has made breakfast tamales, but not here. Oh my. Well, those are not as good as what I've got. Chris likes the sweet breakfast tamales with like mole. I'm not a big fan. I like chicken with salsa verde. Like if you're gonna have just normal tamales. But there's like 30 different types of tamales that you can get in Mexico. So when people say tamale, most of the time they're thinking of the one that's wrapped in the corn husk, and it's a big fluffy. It's made with the corn flour, and it's a big fluffy thing that's 3 inches around, and inside is the meat. That's usually what people are referring to when I hear tamale. But there's also I forget the term for them. There's a flat one that's very thin. It's like an inch thick, and it looks like just looks like a rectangle. It looks like a rectangle, and it's a wet flour, and they'll cook it in like a grill or on a wood fire. Sometimes they'll steam them, but there's various different ways to do that. I feel like my blizzard's finally starting to get a little powerful. It's nice. Yeah, it sounds like a taste thing. Here's the thing. I love avocados with all my heart, and I used to eat them, devour them whole growing up as a kid, and when I turned 20, somewhere around 19, 20 years old, I became allergic to them. So I can't eat avocados or guacamole despite the fact that I love it, and it drives me nuts that I can't have it. I will occasionally try to eat it, and every time I do, I just get a horrible, horrible stomach ache. It's like some type of a latex allergy. Because I'll occasionally, very rarely, get it with bananas, which are from the same tree, like kiwis and avocados. But it's a latex thing. I don't understand it because I'm not allergic to anything else in my life. But avocados I cannot eat because they give me I mean, like a thumbnail bite size, and I will have a stomach ache like you would not believe. It just wrecks me for like 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours. I have excruciating pain. Um, it's just not fun. So I just don't eat avocados. And it's weird too because there have been times where I've risked it. Like once every couple years, I just risk it because I love avocados so much that I'm like I just want to taste. And next thing I know, I'm either doubled up in pain or I'm actually able to enjoy it. All right, I need some coffee real quick and a bye. I'll be right back. That's how you know Lucas spoiled everybody, because he just got hand-fed some chicken scraps while he's hiding in the bookshelf. Because he doesn't want to go out and eat like a civilized cat, because my niece is here. Chris has played with me, and once the kittens are all outside, I would have to, she said that she would be willing to play again once all the cats are basically outside. So it's possible she might be playing soon. We thought maybe by the end of July she might be playing again with me. Probably only on the weekends, but it's going to depend too, because she's thinking about starting a business with her sister. And if they do that business will be on the weekends only. In which case she would, excuse me, not be streaming with me on the weekends. I got the hiccups from eating too fast. But I wouldn't mind a coffee pot in my bedroom. Oh, those are nice. I hear you there. Like, I wouldn't, there are certain jobs I wouldn't worry about it too much. Like if you work construction, I actually don't think it would be that big of a deal, because you're out and you're in the open and ventilated. I would not want to go work at an office job in the COVID world that we exist in. I'm triple vaxxed. I will get the fourth whenever it becomes available. I will go get the fourth booster. I still don't want to be around, like, I don't want to get on a plane right now. I don't want to get in a confined space because germs, like, and it really opened my eyes, like, not that I'm a germaphobe, but COVID really opened my eyes to like how little people cared about germs before, like how infrequently people washed their hands, and just how gross people are. Really opened my eyes to that, and I'm just like, ew, gross. I don't want to be around people anymore. I hear you. I have quite a few skills, but I'm 42, white, and straight. I'm a 42-year-old heterosexual white male, which means I'm pretty much automatically not going to get any job that I apply for, because I am now the bad guy. I am the evil. I am the patriarchy. Therefore, no one wants to work with a guy like me. So, it's okay. I'm making YouTube work for me, slowly but surely. We're not making, and here's the reality. I'm gonna be. This will be my 6th month. The end of this month is the 6th month since my YouTube channel got monetized, and I'm gonna be doing a overview video on it, and just walking people through my journey. But it's also my 2nd month of attempting to go full time on YouTube. And I cleared as of yesterday. We're not making money, but we have brought in enough from last month and this month to pay the bills each month just from YouTube. But I have a very unique circumstance in that our house is paid for. We have no mortgage. So I don't have any, I have zero debt. Like literally, I have zero debt. I am 42 years old, no credit card debt, no home debt, no car debt, no debt whatsoever.
Talk to me.
And that puts me in a unique position because I don't need a lot of money for the monthly bills, unlike many people.
What brings you here?
And I have universal health care where I live, which is inexpensive. That's not really it's okay, so put this into perspective. I've talked about this on the channel before. Some of you might not have been here long enough, Drew. I think I've just seen you recently. Chris and I only have about $500 of bills per month. Like $500 a month pays all of our bills. Everything. Health insurance, internet, electric, water, gas, food, and some other, just sundries. So I don't need thousands of dollars a month like many people, but we don't have a car. We live in the boon. We live in the middle of nowhere. We live in the countryside. We don't have a vehicle. We haven't needed it. I haven't had a vehicle since 2007. I haven't needed one. So because I only need about $500 a month, that has made it very. It's not easy, but it's much more difficult for other people who live in more expensive places to make a living on YouTube. It has allowed me to have a journey to full-time YouTube be much quicker than it would be for other people. That being said, this is only my second month. Next month could tank, and I might not make any money next month. You never know, because the money I'm bringing in is from super chats and memberships and everything else. Like the advertising revenue that YouTube brings in is not a lot because I don't have a huge channel. I've only got I don't even have 4,000 followers. I have like 3,600 followers. So the advertising revenue that I bring in is very small. But I'd say probably 75% of my revenue from YouTube comes from super chats, stickers, super thanks, and memberships during my live streams, which is why I live stream so much, because people find it valuable and they support me. And so therefore I will continue to do that as long as I can and as long as people continue to find it worthy of supporting. But there may come a time when people decide, yeah, you know what, we're tired of World of Warcraft, we're tired of EverQuest, we're tired of this, that, and the other. And they decide that they don't, in which case I may have to go try to find a part-time job. But in the meantime, it's, this is my second month, and we are up to haven't done the raw math, but we're up to $650 for the month. Pre-tax, that's pre-tax, and our goal for the month was $750. So we're close. We've got 10 days left in the month, I think. So I've still got 10 days to make another $100. So, 'tis what it is. So it's a hard question for me to answer on a scale of 1 to 10. How hard was it for me? Is it hard to sit here for 12 hours a day and play video games and make YouTube content? No. Is it time consuming? Yes. Is it, it beats doing a lot of other things. Let's just put it that way. I've worked on a ranch, I worked at a dairy farm, I had a construction company for many years, and I've freelanced for 20 plus years. So this is a lot different than working for other people. But I do have to, let's put this into perspective. I don't know if everybody knows the minimum wage in the United States. I am making less than minimum wage streaming on YouTube. So I'm making less than what I would work if I went and worked at McDonald's or a gas station in the United States. But I get to stay home and sit in my house with my frickin' rescue cats. Yeah, it's not making it easier. Those extra cats are not making it easier at all. Which we're going to be doing some sort of a fundraiser or something to raise the money for the spaying and neutering of those 5 kittens since they didn't get adopted. Because I ain't got the funding to cover the 5 additional cats. And then if we're gonna build a shelter for them, then we gotta do a GoFundMe for that, because that's a couple $1,000s, which I don't have. So if people want us to build a shelter, then we will do a GoFundMe and we'll build a shelter. But otherwise, we're just going to do a small fundraiser to raise the money for spaying and neutering them. Minimum wage in the United States. You live in Romania, which, as I recall, because I lived in Bulgaria for several years, but it's been a long time ago. I lived in Bulgaria up until 2010, so it's been 12 years ago. But I know that, if I remember correctly, Romania has similar wages to Mexico. So Mexico, the average wage in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken, is about, I think, 6,000 or 7,000 pesos, which is about $300 per month. $300 to $400 per month is the average wage in Mexico. Which I don't know what the average wage in Romania is. When I lived in Bulgaria, the average wage in Bulgaria was about the same. Like $300 US a month was the average wage in Bulgaria. I think minimum wage is like $7.25 an hour. I think. But like in Mexico, they don't pay you by the hour, they pay you by the day. So oh, it's not going to let me up with Blink. So, for me personally, on a scale to 1 to 10, it was probably a 4. It's not difficult to do what I do. It is time consuming. And yes, there are a lot of life skills I bring to the table. Like, I knew how to use Photoshop and Canva and to do video editing and everything else from all my freelancing over the years. So it's not difficult for me. I didn't have to learn a lot in order to learn how to do video editing and put together thumbnails and everything else for YouTube. I already knew how to do that. But it is time. I mean, I do work 14-hour days, and it's, you work nonstop. More than I would ever be working for someone else, because if I worked for someone else, I would only be working 8 hours a day. And I work 12 to 14 hours a day. So, but I don't just do YouTube. I also have the Patreon for The Weave and the Void, which is what I work on with my brother and my wife. So I do about 8 hours a day on YouTube, 8 to 10 hours a day on YouTube, and 2 to 4 hours a day on that. If I could do full-time YouTube, I would, but we have quite a bit of work that has to be done on our project. So that's a point-and-click adventure game. It's a book series. Matter of fact, I'm finishing up chapter 23 today. That gets published tomorrow. I've been writing quest dialogue and content for the point-and-click game to help my brother out with that. We also have the 5th edition campaign. So I have to prep all the sessions for every Sunday night. And I worked for a year and a half on that book. So, there's a lot of... I have worked a lot more difficult jobs than what I do right now. It is not really a lot of work to sit here in an air-conditioned space. It's not a lot of work to sit in an air-conditioned office, sit in a chair, and, work my own hours. Does it take dedication? Absolutely. You have to treat it like a job. I don't get sick days. I don't get to say, oh, I don't want to work today. I'm tired. I don't feel good. I'm not mentally prepared. QQ. I don't get to do any of that. I have to sit here and put in the hours, because if I don't do it, no one else will. So forgot that I don't need Blizzard rank 4. I can just use the first rank of Blizzard. Watch my back. Oh, no, this is, Chris and I stay pretty active. Not as active as we were in the city because we moved out to the countryside and it's really higher, but I take breaks every couple hours. I do push-ups, crunches, jumping jacks, lunges. I keep my heart moving. Damn it, I did the wrong spell there. That was not the one I wanted to do. It was the Frost Nova rank 1. You might as well, Bliss, if you can afford to stay home for a little bit. Here's the hard part of my job, Druga. The hard part is when you have a day where when you stream, maybe there's only 2 people who watch. Or the first year of my channel when there was only ever 2 people watching my videos and only 30 people who would ever see my videos. Trying to find the motivation to stay at it and to keep grinding even when no one was there and no one was watching. Knowing that eventually it will lead to something. But you have to be willing to put in the time and suffer, so to speak. And if you're not willing to do that, well then, you know, it's not for everybody. But I think Asmongold has talked about it before. Is it hard to sit here and play video games? No. Is it hard to maintain a conversation and stay upbeat and positive all the time? That can be until you reach the point where you're making tons and tons of money, which I have not. Yeah, I don't know if you've caught this, Crinkled. I've done squats on stream before. Like, I'll just get up from my desk if we're in the middle of a fight, and sometimes I often do it to the side, but every once in a while I'll do it like right here. Because I'll get up and do like 50 push-ups. I usually get up and do 50 push-ups and 50 lunges, 50 squats right away, and that's a good burst of like 90 seconds of cardio, and then I'll sit back down and keep at it. I probably do 400 to 500 push-ups and 400 to 500 squats every day. It's not a lot, but it's, you know, it's quite a bit. I'd like to get up to 1,000 a day. But I think my best days are when I do like, you know, 400. Right, and so I haven't done any of those types of videos yet. Yes. Hang on, there's multiple things I want to address here. So, it's all good, listeners. Like, I think a lot of people, you know, they find the 1 or 2 people that resonate with them. That's fine. Nathan's been doing this for longer than I have. So what a lot of people don't realize is that before I did this, before I started working on my personal YouTube channel, I was the creative director on an mmorpg. I founded a game studio with my brother called Stormhaven Studios. Now that game is no longer called the Saga of Leucemia. They rebranded it to Embers Adrift, and there was a lot of legal issues that I can't talk about. But for 7 years, I worked on an mmorpg as the creative director. And so while Nathan, as an example, was building up a YouTube channel over the past 5-6 years, I was busy being the creative director of a product and building up a different platform and building up the YouTube channel for the brand and everything related to the brand, doing all the investment pitching, running a team of 20 people, and running a company. So when you look at it from the perspective of, you know, Nathan's got 11,000 followers. I have 3,600. The gap is because he's been doing it several years longer than I have. So that's a good example of anybody out there who is considering doing this. It takes years, unless you're doing something really crazy. It takes years to build up a following, and unless you're very lucky or doing something very unique or creating a persona, because Asmongold's been going for about 6 years, but he has a persona, which is a lot different than someone just left a comment. Let me read through it here. Druga says, at least you're playing what you love and not just following the trends of the other 80% of YouTube. So if I followed the trends, I would do what Asmongold did, which is pick one game and only play that one game and create a persona so that I'm obnoxious and crazy and and you make yourself famous through one game. But Nathan and I, along with Sparoh and Kel, for our multi-stream groups, we're doing something different because we're playing lots of different games, which is something that no one else has done before. So we're trying to cover lots of different MMORPGs at the same time, which is challenging, but also fun. I mean, Q&As would be fine, but the reality as well is that I have to worry about the algorithm, and the algorithm doesn't care about my Q&As. It wants me to do Rings of Power videos and play MMORPGs, like old school MMORPGs. And yes, the hard part is keeping people engaged. And also during the early years when you have nobody tuning in, you have to still be talking to the camera, even like there's people tuning in, even if there's not anybody there. That's fucking boring. To do that for like however long it takes, I probably streamed for 6 months with only like one person tuning in. And my numbers are still not huge. Most days I get, I'll get 15, 20 concurrent. That's good for me. Nathan will get 35 to 40 on a good day. And then recently his Pantheon streams are getting, 60 to 80, which is a lot bigger than normal. Dan Jennings coming in for 20 bucks. Woo! Thank you very much, Dan. Appreciate it. Did we just hit our goal for the day? No, we're at $24 for the day. But it's awesome. Thanks, Dan. I can't even spell cardio. Rings of Sour, indeed. So it can be rough during the first however long it takes, and it's different for everybody. Like if you look at Asmongold's growth in the same time period as other people who have been streaming for 5 years, 6 years, he's had absurdly ridiculous amounts of growth. But he also has a persona. Same thing with Dr. Disrespect or Ninja or Shroud. Those guys have personas, and so they're obnoxious. I don't have a persona. I just sit here and I'm me. Like I talked about doing a persona. Like we have literally Nathan and I have sat down and talked with Sparoh and Kel and for our multi-stream groups, and we've talked about the pros and cons of what do we want to do to make a living on YouTube, like or make a living streaming with content creation. Like what does it take for us to make that happen? What are we comfortable doing together? What's the type of content that we want to produce? And it's a very good collaboration that we have going on because all of us are kind of committed to being just normal people and hanging out and doing our own thing. And we do have a lot of crossover between like the EverQuest and World of Warcraft and Pantheon and Vanguard stuff. But we also have a lot of stuff different because like Nathan's doing puppet stuff, which I don't do, but I'm doing Rings of Power stuff, which he's not doing. And Sparoh's not doing Rings of Power or puppets. You know what I mean? So like there's and Kel does a lot of EverQuest, but no World of Warcraft streams, So, or at least he may be doing World of Warcraft streams now. I don't know, actually. So, even though there's crossover... Ooh, I can't believe I didn't get that ad. There's still enough originality going on that we have our own thing and do it. Bliss Swiss says, my OCD made me do this because I think it's going to get it exactly to the $35, isn't it? Because your OCD is like, no, I can't see those numbers not adding up. Yes, also Twitch and Kel are both on. Sorry, Sparoh and Kel are both on Twitch. My brain didn't want to talk there for a second. It hasn't come through YouTube yet. Oh, you know what? That was probably a sticker, wasn't it? You know what, Vlisnwis? If that... Nope, there it went. There it went. Never mind. I didn't know if it was a sticker or... Because sometimes the stickers don't come through on Streamlabs. Woot woot! $35. We hit our goal for the day. Thanks, everybody, for contributing. Well, you know what? Let's give a shout out to OCD. What does that mean, Crinkled? Asmongold is an Andy, and by his own admission. I'm not sure I'm familiar with that term. Is that like an idiot or something? Like you know, like a jerk or something? Because his persona can be a little. I like his treehouse talks. Like those are good talks, and I don't mind some of his content, but he is a little over the top sometimes. I also love Dr. Disrespect. Like I just like watching it. It's over the top ridiculous stuff, you know. Dan Jennings says, "Do you plan on playing Pantheon when it releases in 2030?" Probably. I have publicly stated that when they make the announcement that they're moving into alpha, I will consider purchasing an alpha pack, but I won't do it until then. I do have on my production slate, I literally put it on the list last night, the Steve Clover hiring Steve Clover finally pushed me into the category of hopeful for Pantheon. Not really hopeful, but believing that it's actually going to happen now. Like, I don't actually doubt that the team can bring it to completion now. Because previously I've always like, you know what? If and when it comes out, I'll play it. But I'm not going to pay attention to the development or anything like that. I'm just going to wait and see. Having Steve on board put me into the category of now I'm actually paying attention and I'm actually rooting for them going, all right, guys, let's actually put a timeline in place now. Let's talk about realistic goals and production and getting this game out the door. Like I'm actually looking at it now from the perspective of this is actually going to happen. And that's I'm going to make my first ever Pantheon video for my YouTube channel next week, talking about it from that perspective. Attention deficit. Oh, shiny! We are in Stranglethorns, Brian. Mad's still AFK with work, so I just ran over here and started working on this quest by myself. Killing the Naga. And Crinkled, yeah, I can actually speak to that a little bit more. I started off on Twitch when I first started streaming, and I just wasn't seeing results, and it was just getting lots of spammers, and I don't like the fact that Twitch takes 50% of your revenue. Yes, it's easier to get monetized on Twitch than it is on YouTube, but I don't like the idea of giving 50% of anything to anybody just because I'm using their platform. That's also the reason I never wanted to publish any of my games through Steam, because I don't see the point in giving someone 30% of, just because. That being said, YouTube takes a cut, and I love the work that YouTube does. The difference between Steam doesn't do anything for you. It's just a platform. YouTube is way more than a platform. YouTube promotes the shit out of my content. Like, the analytics for YouTube are amazing, and I love, love, love YouTube. I consider this a very amazing opportunity to be able to make content and stream on YouTube. And it's only getting better as it goes along in terms of the tools that they make available to us as streamers and content creators. So I love everything. Now, Twitch makes it easier to get monetized, and if you can hit certain benchmarks, and do the Twitch dance, it's just another platform. And if you want to put your time into it, then that's what you should do. Kel and Sparoh are both on YouTube, and I think it's a fine platform for people who want to put the time into it. It just didn't work for me when I tried it. But it was, 3 years ago when I tried Twitch. I do have a Twitch channel. It's twitch.tv/Renfill, but I haven't done anything with it in years. Bliss says, I contributed enough to Pantheon years ago so that I could be in the second alpha. So for all those years, I would go into Nathan's videos and make jokes about looking for my alpha invite. Dude, I don't blame you. Like, it's it was supposed to happen 3-4 years ago, I think, and it still hasn't. Oh, I see way more than that, Crinkled. I don't think Nathan and I've talked to Nathan. We've talked about maybe doing a public stream. I'm going to be doing a 6-month recap video in August because this is my 6th month of being monetized on YouTube. Only my 2nd month of attempting to go full time, but 6 month overall. And I'm going to do a 6-month, like, here's what's happened to my channel in 6 months. And I get access to so much data on YouTube. It's amazing. Like, we get to see everything. It's so amazing. Once you become a partner and you get into that monetization system and you get to see all the data. Like, we get to see everything. We get to see keywords. We get to see demographics across the board. You get to see all sorts of stuff related to how much YouTube is pushing your videos, where they're pushing your videos. Are your thumbnails working or not? Do you need to change your thumbnail? Is the SEO working? Do you need to change the titles? You get to see all the impressions. You get to see the drop-off rates and the click-through rates and where people are dropping off in your videos so that you know where to move your call to action. You get everything. And it's part of our job is to analyze that data and say, how do we make it so that we get even better results using the tools that YouTube gives us. I love it. I mean, I probably could make tutorial videos about it, but at the same time, I'm also not a huge streamer. Oop, I think Maduric might be actually back. Are you still AFK, sir, or are you on your way?
Yep, I'm back.
All right. I just finished up the, I probably need to figure out how to get back up in there. The Naga for that quest, so you would be able to get full drops. So I need to figure out how to get back up in there from here. I think I ran around the coast.
I still need one of those skull splitter fetishes.
Oh, from the shamans?
We got some singing blue crystals a little bit up north
over in that direction. Yeah. All right, let me switch the loot over so that you get all the credit for these because they're body drops. Crinkle says, I think Pantheon figured out early they were heading in the wrong direction, hence the refactor, upgrading to Unreal 5 for ultra high definition models, the network stack getting... yes and no.
Is that what they did? They didn't upgrade to Unreal 5,
I don't think they upgraded it. No, because they're in Unity. They're not in... the only one going to Unreal 5 was... Ashes of Creation. Pantheon's in Unity. But I can say they've refactored like 3 times now. And I think a lot of that, and I'm just going out on a limb here and saying this, is the inexperience of the team having never actually delivered a mmorpg before. So they've had to go into it looking at, oh shit, that's not going to work the way we thought it was going to work. Therefore, we're going to have to refactor everything. Now with Steve Clover on board, like I said, I'm finally feeling for the first time like they actually have a snowball's chance in hell of making it to launch because they have somebody who has 30 years of production experience behind him who can help them look at things and say, no, that's not actually a realistic goal. That's not going to work. We need to do this instead. Blisswist says, thing I most appreciate with YouTube videos are quick intros and outros. I hate those videos. So you just spoke to something. So my data showed, because I used to do these like 3-minute long outros where I would talk about my Patreon project and everything. And the YouTube data showed me that I was getting, the last 3 minutes of my video, I was getting like a 70% drop off in retention. And one of the biggest things that YouTube wants is video retention. So they will actively look at your videos, and if the retention is shit, they won't promote the videos in the algorithm as much. So one of the driving factors in ensuring that your content gets promoted into the algorithm is to make sure that your retention rates are up. So I dropped those outros, even though that's what I want to do, because I want to talk about my project. I want people to sign up for the Patreon page. I want people to go play our tabletop game and our point and click game. Why not? It's my business. I'm trying to build that into a company for my brother and my wife. You know, we want people there. But YouTube was saying, hey, people don't like that on your videos. So I quit doing it, and my retention rates jumped back up into acceptable levels. So you do have to look at that kind of data and go, okay. So you're not alone with that, listeners, in the sense that nobody actually wants to listen to somebody doing a 3-minute outro. Video retention is probably the number one thing that YouTube looks at. The second being the click-through rate on thumbnails. So it's very important to have good thumbnails. And that's honestly my Rings of Power. So the average is like 3.5 to 5%, I think, across YouTube for most people, is the average. I get 9 to 11% for my Rings of Power video, which is absurdly high. But my gaming videos only get 3.4 to 4%. So I'm definitely in the average for my gaming videos. But you also have to consider that for my gaming videos, I'm creating gaming videos in a market that is super saturated with everybody and their brother making gaming videos, because everybody decided they want to become a streamer during the pandemic. So that's to be, be expected. But at the very least, I can say my Rings of Power video get, 3 times beyond the average. Yeah, clickbait sucks, for sure. I mean, I'll sometimes have clickbaity thumbnails, but the topic is usually related to whatever the thumbnail is, even if it's sort of clickbaity. And I really only do the clickbaity for my Rings of Power videos. And it works. I basically just followed this path up through here, Maduros, and got all mine, but now there's other people here, so... I just need to get my cat cam set up, and then I'll be making the millions. Everybody keeps telling me that that's like a surefire way to ensure boatloads of traffic, is to get a cat cam. I don't think my cat cam would be allowed to show some of the things those cats do, because, like, as much as I wanted to put up some pictures and stuff of the devouring of the bird, that kind of stuff tends to get blocked by, like, the algorithm as offensive content. Oops, I didn't mean to loot that. I think you got it anyway. Depends on how much I'm exploiting the cat cam. Captain Conrad says, you convinced me to install the Vanguard emulator. Good deal, sir. Don't forget to, if you see the guild, what is Nathan's guild's name there?
Knights of Napalm.
Knights of Napalm. Make sure you ask for an invite into Nathan's guild. Just any Knights of Napalm member should be able to invite you, Captain Conrad, because that's where it's at. That's everybody who's being active on the emulator right now. Speaking of which, those of you who like Vanguard, I put out a harvesting video on the harvesting system this morning, so go check that out. And we will be playing every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Myself, Maduric's here, along with Nathan, Sparoh, Bounty Code, and I think Benlin from his community is joining. I forget who it was. Every Tuesday morning.
Might as well stay here. These are respawning pretty fast.
Seem to be, yeah. Oh, Davin. You're jumping into Vanguard as well? Did you ever play it, Davin? I know you're mostly, you know, I know you're heavy into World of Warcraft. I didn't know if you had ever played Vanguard before. I will say this, my videos weren't bringing, you know, I was just playing on Sunday afternoons for myself, so I don't have any credit in terms of bringing all the people to the emulator server. That's all on Nathan. I can't say that I inspired Nathan to do it, which is cool, but I was playing for the past 3 weeks, and the developers weren't really doing anything, and then as soon as Nathan's videos started getting like 80 people per stream, they suddenly started patching all sorts of shit. So, Nathan's, at the very least, Nathan's videos lit a fire under everybody's butts to get back to it. Not that they weren't doing things before, but they were at a much more relaxed pace until all these people started showing up, and it went, oh crap, we gotta get this stuff working. And it was pretty awesome yesterday to see Xenix there live with us, changing the spawn rate on the drops so that we could actually get the drops and have our streams be, you know, active as opposed to standing around for 10 minutes waiting on spawns for those ground spawns. So kudos to them for making that happen. Davin played it on release. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Bliss, that's a curse for a lot of people. There's only so many hours in the day, and that's why I'm only playing Vanguard once a week. I got too many other irons in the fire. Lotro, World of Warcraft, EverQuest TLP, P99. That's it. I hardly even have time for Xbox anymore. Like, I might get 1 or 2 Xbox days per week.
One more.
Sweet.
Don't forget EverQuest 2 on Saturdays, you do.
Well, yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. We're not doing it this week because we have the 12-hour TLP XR session. But yes, I'm also doing once a week EverQuest 2 with Nathan. I'm glad you reminded me. Yet another game that... When I first said I was going to start streaming full-time, I thought I was going to have 3 days a week where I would do the Xbox. Yeah, that hasn't happened. It's all good. People prefer to watch the mmorpg content streams, so... Yeah, Vanguard was a buggy piece of crap at launch. I will never touch... Yeah, I won't either. I can't stand free-for-all PvP games. Well, Vliss, you're in good company, because since my brother convinced me to try this again and play towards Wrath of the Lich King, and all the fun times I've been having with Maduros playing, WoW is becoming my main jam, and it's looking like the only thing I'll be considering for the foreseeable future as a primary game. So it'll be taken up. It's already taken up a lot of my time, but it's going to start taking up more of my time as we get closer to Wrath. I mean, whenever they actually announce the launch date for Wrath, I'll be putting more time in. But I've already started playing this on Wednesday nights on top of Thursday nights and weekdays. So. What do we need here?
Zanzal mixture, and then one of the voodoo dudes is here.
Oh. Should put this back to... Is that third guy chucking stuff at you?
Yep.
Don't fucking nab my mob, bitch. Clubbed foot. Oh, this is the named. Gotcha. I'm in combat. No, I'm not.
Yeah, that thing he's attacking.
Well, hey, if there's a target market for middle-aged white dude with a beard, I'd say there's a market for everything. I just haven't needed to start an OnlyFans, which is relief. Ain't nobody in my family needs to know about that. That's. I'd rather not have to put my ugly feet up.
We're gonna skirt back to along the coast here.
I'm still in combat somehow. There we go. Was there still something over there I needed? Zanzal's mixture? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's any of those zombies, witch doctors, and then there's some ruins out here. They all drop them too.
Perfect.
And we have another named out here we need.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of cutscenes, guys, so that's awesome. They were saying that Wrath is when they started having cutscenes as part of the storyline.
Yep,
That's
sure
awesome, because I like cutscenes in my game. That's one of the things I liked about later on in Lord of the Rings Online too, because they started adding more and more cutscenes. chunky 10 thumbs. Alright. You said any of these, right? Zanzel's mixture. Oh, I just saw
The
your...
thing,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, the thing we want to avoid is Zanzel, the outcast that's in there.
Okay.
We may be able to take him with just 2 of us, but what he does is, at about 50% health, he just chain summons skeletons. And when I say chain, like, I was out here, I don't know, like a month ago, and some people accidentally aggroed him. And by the time they had ran down the coast, I mean, there was like 20 some skeletons, and they have a huge aggro range.
And no way to interrupt, I'm assuming, the cast.
You can, but it's like he does it so fast.
If he's chaining it, yeah.
You just have to burn him down really fast.
Burn him down as quickly as you can. I was gonna say, Jason, I just saw your comment. He says Vanguard is fun so far. Dread Knight is the best knight. Vanguard has, in my mind, like to this day, some of the most unique classes I've ever seen in an MMORPG. Like, who does Disciple or Blood Mage? Like, they're just really cool the way they did things.
Yeah, when they first released monks, and for like the first 2 expansions after, healing monks were ridiculously overpowered. They were kind of like DKs when they first released, where they could just go through heroic and solo heroic dungeons.
Man.
Because they could keep themselves healed and do damage. But that's probably the closest comparison between a disciple and
I should
something
probably
in
say
WoW
Mujin,
would be
because
a
it's
healing
technically
monk.
Mujin, but he's on his account, his other account when he's
That's
at work.
pretty much literally what they are in Vanguard.
Okay.
Yeah, they punch and kick and they heal. They build up chi or whatever, and then they can spend that on healing spells. In Vanguard, I guess.
I think
Similar.
one of the most, I think the most original I've ever seen in was the Blood Mage. The Blood Mage is just super unique. Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of cool class race combinations, but I also think like their classes are very standard. Paladin, Ranger, Guardian, Cleric, you know what I mean? Wizard, Mage. Whereas Vanguard did weird things like the Blood Mage. And their take on clerics was not a cleric who sits around, but is a battle cleric that's like in the thick of it. There was a lot of class race combos in EverQuest 2, though. I will give them that. Didn't you play a monk, Maduros, or was it a bruiser during our last run?
Monk.
Like a cat. It was a cat, wasn't it?
No, I played a barbarian.
Oh, who had the cat monk that I'm thinking of?
Yeah, it was. That we did have one of them.
Can't remember who it was though.
Actually, I think that was begins with a T. His name. He started out when he first joined us. He was playing like a warden or something when we were running Clackanon.
I don't remember. That was also like 8 months ago.
Threx.
Threxar.
Yeah, I think
Threxar.
He had a cat monk, I think.
Yeah, because he had his Shadow Knight was the big tune he had, but then he did the cat monk with us. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the coolest abilities, in my opinion, for the monk in EQ2 was the group feign death. That was
That is pretty
I
awesome.
saw that done before.
I would agree to disagree on Combat Cleric and EverQuest because you had to spend so much time sitting because your mana pool. That was the thing I liked about Vanguard was you didn't have to sit around as a cleric. You just run into battle and generate your energy through combat. Because EverQuest, it doesn't matter what class you play. If there's any mana involved, you're going to spend 60-80% of your time sitting.
Yep, I would agree with that.
I was actually surprised to see how much sitting the Paladin has to do in this game. Like, did I get Chucky?
That changes a bit in Wrath for sure. Mana issues for both hunters and paladins kind of go by the wayside. Not completely, but it's way better.
Nice. Yeah, that's been the only complaint I have about the Ranger. It's not even a complaint. And honestly, if I just take my time and slow down, mana issues are not an issue. Like, it's only when I'm spamming and trying to like be the number one DPS in the group, I'm out of mana all the time. Or energy, whatever it's called. What is it called here? It's mana.
Yeah, it's mana, yep. Later, they change it to focus resource. They actually completely remove mana from hunters.
In which, what, hang on, what? When did they get rid of,
They get rid of mana. I don't know if it was maybe Pandaria.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And they changed it to focus.
You could
like
be a battle
what your
cleric in
pet
EverQuest.
has.
If you have full mana, you
as
totally
a,
can be.
as a hunter then.
Okay. So it's just energy then?
Yeah, it's kind of like energy. Yep.
Because you're not wrong. If you've got full mana and decent gear, you could totally be a battle cleric in EverQuest.
And then they add things like certain abilities that your pet can have, or your pet gets like focus or whatever back when they crit. Yeah, here you go. There's somebody aggroed him.
Oh my god, that's a lot of skeletons. You're not wrong. Oh my goodness. Look at them.
Yeah, they're gonna die. Maybe.
Run. What do you say? Help! Help!
Help! Help! Yep, they died.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry, but can't help you there.
Yeah, lesson learned. I'm not getting close to that. All right, well, these are slow dropping. I need a moment here. I'm just going to put follow on you. I've got to bio. I was trying to hold out until we got all the drops. It's like, yep, no, I'm only halfway through. It's not going to wait any longer. 4 cups of coffee say, mm-mm.
Yep.
All right, got follow on you. I'll be right back. All right.
You went AFK and came back with a disease.
I was looking at that. It says it can be spread. It has a 4% chance to spread. Oh no, now it has a 10% chance to spread. What the heck? I thought it said 4% earlier. Huh. So tonight we'll probably try to do Oldemon. Should be able to just go right in.
Yeah.
We've already done it once, or at least partially. Do that and then see what everybody else is up to after that. And tomorrow it sounds like we're power leveling Sparoh, assuming the servers are up. They definitely set some progressive. I was surprised that when she said they're expected to pug it in between their Tuesday night sessions. That's brutal. Like, I would not want to pug in EverQuest.
Hell no.
I mean, it's even sometimes difficult with our static group, like, because there's travel time, getting to a camp, needing to pick through zones to find one that's got the camps that you want to be able to take so that you can actually get XP. Like, there's a lot of variables in that. Flask of Big Mojo. We going somewhere different?
Nope. I was just mounting up to head over here because there's some over here sometimes.
Gotcha.
Up here's two.
I think way too many people are afraid about being called a noob, and I think everyone forgets that we all start off as noobs somewhere. I mean, we eventually figure it out at the end, but yeah, we've all been there, I think. Two more to go. are you gonna be brave? Isn't that where you get the bad guy from?
It is.
Oh man. I'm gonna stand back here and watch. Is that the... Who is this? That's not the one that summons, is it?
Sure is.
Ah. How did you manage that? Like you
Elite
stun him.
skills.
Yeah, you summon him right off the bat, or you stunned him right off the bat, and then
Yeah, I kept him stunned.
he went down pretty quick. It reminds me of those shirts from the 90s. What was it? No fear. You only die once, no fear. Oh, that's funny. It's the 20th. Yeah, I was a flashback crinkle. I was just, I remember my uncle used to have a lot of those t-shirts. My uncle was a year older than me. My parents wouldn't let me get any, but my grandparents had no compulsions, so he got to get whatever he wanted. I remember always being jealous of him having all those no fear t-shirts. Alright, let's see. This goes over here. Their designs were pretty cool for the time, for sure. I killed a zombie and all I got was night crawlers. Ah, crap. You're the Kiss t-shirts. I remember I had a Cure t-shirt. I think I had a similar father to what you had, Listmas. I had a Cure t-shirt for the Boys Don't Cry song, and I wore that. So my dad was a rancher, cowboy, and had a construction company, and I went to work one day wearing a Boys Don't Cry t-shirt, and he made some comments that in today's day and age would be labeled as extremely abusive. Because because I was an emotional youth. And yeah, I'm still an emotional adult. I think I've cried on, or I've gotten weepy-eyed on stream a few times because people can, when they do cool things, it makes me weepy. And Chris made fun of me. I don't know if, I guess we weren't on air when we were gonna do D&D this Sunday, and we missed a session because Skinny was sick. But we were talking, and Chris was making fun of me during our meetup with Nathan and everybody, because Nathan and Sparoh and Bounty. Because I cry when I watch TV shows. Like, for all different reasons. So yeah, makeup, kiss makeup shirts. Yeah, that's not man enough. What you wearing that stuff for? Been there, done that. Exactly, Blissness. We definitely have similar parents then. Still need 2 more.
Oh, I could go check that other camp.
Okay. What's very ironic to me about that is my dad had an uncle who was openly gay, and he was ostracized by the family until basically about 5 years before his death, when everybody found out he had cancer. Everybody started suddenly being really, loving towards him and everything, and then having a cousin that came out as gay, and eventually my parents have accepted it as something that is just how you are. But before, it was very much, if you choose to be gay, you're going to burn in hell. That counterspell pulls all sorts of aggro. What's up, Pepe? So, listen to this. My brother, who I work with and stream with and etc., you've probably seen around Idhradlor and Discord. He's 13 years younger. He has a very different version of my parents than my other brother and I had. A very, very different version. Still a bit of a hard ass, but my dad is there's a lot different compared to when I was growing up. And I know it was the same for my the accident uncle I talk about, who's a year older than me. That was my dad's younger brother. There was a huge gap. I want to say like 16, 17 years between my dad and his younger brother. And my grandparents let my uncle get away with everything. Like my grandpa was he's still around, but he was like ex-Marine, super conservative, super strict, and then my uncle comes along, 17 years after they had kids in the house, and they let him do everything. It was like, oh, you want to tongue piercings, tattoos, nipple piercings, like they just didn't care anymore. They were like, you know what? We're in our late 40s. This was an accident, baby. We fuck it. We're done. I finished that quest now, so.
All right.
I'm completely full up on loot too. What do we got here?
Yeah, we gotta go north for the next one, so probably need to clear out though. Clear your inventory.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Closest is Probably.
Closest is actually Stormwind since you can portal
Oh yeah. Here we go.
and then fly back.
Forgot about that. Portal, Stormwind. Can I sell at the portal trainer?
King's honor, friend.
No.
Be careful. Ishnu Allah.
Maybe Crinkle, but I can also say I think there's a fine line between parents. So your comment is how the less parents care, the better off kids seem to end up most times. The key there being the most
How are
times,
you?
because I have a cousin who my aunt and uncle didn't really do a lot with growing up, and he had a lot of problems with jail and other stuff growing up just because he didn't have any sort of oversight. And then I can also say, so we have one of our nieces with us. Her and her sister have dealt with a difficult time because their dad divorced their mom, and then, you know, Chris doesn't like me talking about stuff like this, but there was, you know, some he went away for a little while for some stupid stuff that he shouldn't have done, and that affected the kids. Like, the older one who just had her baby, she was in rehab at like 17 years of age,
Have a
and
good one.
there's something to be said for some parental guidance is a good thing. Too much is a bad thing. Finding a happy balance. I kind of want to go turn in Booty Bay first, I think, Duros, because I have a ton of items in my inventory that are just like quest things that I need to turn in. Clear my inventory out, and then I'll fly back to the Rebel base. Yeah, yeah, I got what you meant. I was just stating the obvious, I guess, basically. We're in the Pagel server, Pepe. Pagel? Poggle? I think it's Pagel. P-A-G-L-E.
Light be with you. Light bless you.
I've got points I need to spend. Oh, I can finally take Ice Barrier. So, this is for you, Maduros. What's the big deal with lockboxes? Do they have like special loot in them or something?
You have a chance at magical items of both green and blue rarities,
Okay, makes sense.
and they always have some coin in them. Some lock boxes you can get like 2 greens, but it's also a way for rogues to level their lockpicking too.
Ah, okay. Because I was seeing somebody auction, saying something in chat, and it was like, okay, but why are people worried about it? Like,
Yeah, so it's like a equivalent service of like a mage being able to port people. Rogues can unlock lockboxes for like a tip, because only rogues, and then well, blacksmiths can make keys, but that costs material for them to do that, and engineers can blow open locks with
what?
certain types of dynamite.
That's really cool. It's like, I can't pick this. Let's just blow it up. Boom. All right, I'm gonna step away while I'm in flight. Alright. Bliss says you should offer a tip to rogues when they unlock your boxes as well.
Greetings. For the Alliance.
Tries opening Mari's clubbed foot.
Hey there. Have a good one.
What's up? Hurry back! Talk to me! Keep it real!
Brave Star the Pleb has joined us.
Can I help you?
What's up, Pepe? Begging for a gold already? You haven't even been in the game for more than 5 minutes? EverQuest noob.
Greetings! Daylight's burning.
Time is money, friend.
I need to send these to my brother. Deep Rock Salt. You said that was for hunters, right? I stockpiled it for some odd reason.
Leather workers, you need deep rock salt to cure thick hides.
Okay. Let's go find a mailbox. Mail
And then I
sends.
think for rugged, You're gonna need a salt shaker from an engineer, actually, to cure those. This one has a follow-up then. The cracking Mori's foot.
Yeah, I think I got it. Just trying to clear out my inventory before we get too much deeper into things. I don't think we don't need this translator letter from the embalmer for anything, do we?
Nope.
Library script? Why am I holding on to some of this shit? It's because I don't know if something's needed later on, so I've just held on to everything.
Yeah, they were part of quests, but
Get rid of
once
the
you finish them,
library
you can just
script.
delete them. Later on, they add a vault that you can put soul-bound items into.
Gotcha.
Like people that just want to
Money, friend.
collect and never get rid of anything. That isn't for quite a few expansions, though, that they add that.
Why do I have... Where did we need this raptor bait? Place the bait on the ground near the Black Hoof Village windmill.
Oh, that was in Dustwallow Marsh.
We did those quests, I think.
Yeah, we sure did.
Is gold for jewelers? Do you have
Gold ore?
Yeah, gold ore.
Yeah,
Do you have a jeweler?
jewel crafters, engineers. I think there's some blacksmithing that uses it too.
Do you have a jeweler?
Just put it in the guild bank, I would say.
Oh, that's right. What's the guild bank look like? Oh, right here, this gnome creature. The guild bank is full. Well, I can get rid of the lesser moonstone. How about some jades? Really? I have to clear out the guild bank at some point. Tabitha's instructions. I think I've already done that quest as well. Get a jade. Yeah, I can delete that. I already did that quest. Alright, that's good enough for now. Alright, this next quest. Privateer Groy in Theramore. Oh no, that wasn't it. Cracking Mari's foot. Bring the key to Seawolf. Alright. Moon to camel with the Mosh Og ogres. Alright, that's north anyway. We're gonna go for the Venture Mining Company.
Yeah, might as well fly to the rebel camp and then just hit everything on the way south.
Okay. Oh, I'm already away from the guild tab, crinkled. It's a bit. I think it's like 450 plus. I think for the third guild tab, and I think we only have like 100 and something in there.
Interest you on a pint? Off with you.
Ooh, I'm about to crash with a Zeppelin. Oh, oh my god. Okay, it rose. So they've definitely, okay, that's kind of cool though.
All right, FK bio.
Yeah. That was really sweet, like the way the flight paths almost crossed over. All right, back. It's a good point about the gold bars. cave ahead. Bet that's filled with ogres. Moosh Og Ogre Mound.
Back and on my way.
Okay, welcome back. I think there's a name down in here we need to kill too somewhere. Inside that cave. My Zoth for a Mind's Eye quest.
I don't think I have that quest.
I think it was a continuation from one of the chains. Oh, this ward's gonna heal him.
Did you finish all the skull splitter fetishes?
Ah, yes, I did. That's why.
Oh, yep.
All right,
that
we
would
should.
be it then.
Let's get you your last fetish then before we do this because oh shit. That way you can get this too before we go in here.
Yeah, I only need one more.
Those are further south, aren't they?
Yep, they're just over the hill from where you're at.
All right. I think I made it out without pulling anything. Yeah, Bliss, I was quickly finding out those shamans, it was not looking good. 2 shamans at one time. It was looking like it could have been dangerous. Excuse me. Can I not change the loot in the middle of a fight?
Hey, got it.
Oh, woot.
I have to run back north and turn it in.
Oh, so it was at the north though? Alright, I'll just go back up here to these cave areas. I'm just gonna start killing these while you're doing that. Once we wrap all these 2 quests for the ogres, I'll probably call it there.
Yeah, it's nap time.
Oh, dude, it's hitting me hard, man. I was literally like about the time I got back from taking my bio, and I was heading towards the ogre caves. I had like 3 yawns in a row, and I was like, yep, there it is. There's the sign. It is time for my nap. Okay, this ice barrier is dope. And the cooldown is only 24 seconds? Oh man. I think my world just changed. All right, Crinkled, thanks. Yeah, I don't know how much it was. I feel like it's 470-ish maybe for the third tab in the guild bank. I don't really know.
Epic mount is 480 at Exalted. Just saying.
Epic mount. What level can you get the epic mount?
60. Okay, I got Mind's Eye quest on my way back.
Okay. Oh, it didn't do it. Why am I in combat? Oh, stupid healing totem. Alright, hopefully I don't die here. I gotta check the door. That was literally just Leia crying at the door because she knows it's nap time. Her brother's already passed out. It's funny how the cats know, like, what's up, Dad? You're late. We're supposed to be sleeping. I don't know how deep in here this dude is, so I'm trying to be careful.
Yeah, he's usually all the way at the end.
Okay.
Either all the way at the end, or if you go in and to the left, that first like alcove.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the key.
Nice. Got an ad back here too with these stupid shamans. Is Druid gonna do anything, or is he just gonna stand there? 'Cause I'm gonna kick him if he's just gonna sit here. Listen to me being all like lead gamer. I'm not gonna give you free quest credit. I just started playing, like, I played Classic when it first came out, Duga. So I've played plenty of group stuff before. The Thursday night sessions are 100% group. That's a static group that we play on Thursday nights. This character, I pretty much only play solo or with Madnat / Maduros. But I've done...
Sheep the left one.
Okay. When Classic first launched, I played about 6 months as a protection warrior and main tanked for our guild. So I've done plenty of group content in the game. Alright, let's get out of here. Do my turn ins and go sleep.
I was up questing in Hinterlands yesterday on my hunter, and there's like mithril and iron nodes up there, and there's this one hill, it's called like Skull Rock, that you're killing like these oozes, and there's a node that spawns at the top there, and no joke, while I was there, I was attempting to harvest the node. From one direction came a 70 mage, from the other direction was a 70 paladin to go to the node. And I was like, oh shit, if I don't mine this now, while I'm fighting, I'm not going to get it. But it's like, they're like bees, man.
Yeah,
they come from everywhere, and it's like they're looking to pollinate.
Druga, I will say this: I've had more fun soloing in this game than just about any other game other than Lord of the Rings Online or Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's a lot of fun to solo.
The Ogre Mounds,
because the quests
area,
like 90% of these quests
and
are
that's
meant
like
to be
a kill
soloed.
quest. So you have to kill like 10 of one, 10 of another, and then a name.
Solo.
While I was there was a level 65 mage just AoE farming them.
Everything, yeah.
Probably for Mage Weave.
Ah, okay. I was telling Druga because he was asking, he says, I'm thinking about playing solo, but I don't know if it's enjoyable. And I was telling him that for me, I find this game just as enjoyable solo as like Lotro or Star Wars: Old Republic. Like 90% of the quests are designed for solo in mind, so it's maybe a little slower than if you had somebody with you, but it's totally soloable.
See you around.
And yeah, absolutely.
The content is very, very good.
Yeah, how easily you can solo honestly depends on your class in the current iteration of Classic. As a paladin, you're gonna solo very slow. As like a prot warrior, it would be slow.
Oh yeah, so I boxed when Classic just came out. I did a protection warrior and a holy, holy priest. That was like that was not a smart thing to do. Like, thankfully I was with the static group, but I did a few sessions soloing, but while boxing, and even boxing those two together, and running ISO boxer was still slow as molasses. It was bad.
Yeah. Pet classes are going to be the fastest, so like Warlock and Hunter, they can solo very well, very fast. You can pull multiple mobs. because you have your pet tanking for you. So as like a warlock, you can dot like 5 enemies.
Oh wow,
Have
I
your
didn't know that.
yeah, and then you have like your blueberry pet, which is like the what are they called? Shadow somethings. They have an AoE taunt. That's an easy way to solo for them. Hunters, of course. What I generally do with a hunter is, as the mob hits like 20%, I'll send my pet to attack the next mob. And while that mob's chasing him, I finish him off.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very effective way to solo.
Before
And
we,
just yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say before we wrap up, just remind me to port us to Theramore so that we can turn in that other quest.
Oh right, yeah.
Not to, sorry to interrupt, by the way. My brain sometimes goes.
But then mages like ice, frost spec mages have a way easier time soloing than like an arcane or a fire mage would.
I started off as an arcane spec and I switched to frost spec because arcane was just not. It was not very effective soloing.
Yeah, but in a group
Now I do
or
forget.
a raid,
See you
arcane
around.
mages are really good. I mean, they're fun too.
Let's see.
They're mainly, aside from arcane explosion, they're mainly single target though, between arcane missile, arcane blast. Of course, as you have multiple characters, it becomes
Cough,
easier
cough.
to
What are you talking about?
it becomes easier to solo as some of those ones we mentioned if you're able to twink them out with gear.
There's no such thing as more than one character. What are you talking about?
That's why I almost always recommend people, if they plan on doing a lot of soloing and it's their first character, to go like Warlock or Hunter.
That's a good tip though, because then you'll definitely be the most survivable, and it gives you a chance to actually experience a pet class, which are the most survivable, with a little bit of DPS mixed in, and then you can really make your decision, because you don't want to play a protection warrior your first time around. That's not. I would not
Yeah.
recommend doing that unless you have like a static group that you're gonna be playing with all the time. Do you want to go back to Stormwind?
Yeah, sure.
Um.
Yeah, plus then you can, if you play like a class like a Warlock or Hunter as your first character, then you can, it's easier for you to farm materials and stuff for professions if you plan on making, say, I don't know, a rogue, or something. I mean, rogues can solo pretty well as combat because they have a lot of survivability abilities, but nothing compared to like a Warlock or Hunter. You can also, build up your coffers of gold for all that training you're going to have to do on another character, or mounts.
Mounts, yeah, mounts are 40 gold or something, right around 40 gold at level 30.
Yeah, and once you hit 50, pretty much every ability you train at 50 is like 2 to 2.5 gold a piece.
Oof. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to try to do an Oldemon group this afternoon/evening. So if anybody wants to join us, I think Brian said he should be around for tanking. We'll have at least... Are you going to be around tonight, Maduros?
Yep, I'll be around.
All right, so we'll have room for a couple of people tonight for anyone who wants to come join us in Oldemon. I will probably be back around 5 p.m. is the plan. I might be a little late, depends on what my niece and wife have cooked up, but 5 p.m. is the plan for me to come back this afternoon, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks for joining, Maduros. Appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely. Have a good nap and good
Yeah,
day. See you
good
later.
Nap, good day. See you later on. And for everybody else that's hanging out, thanks so much for helping today. We got, let me go over here and pull up the windows. I know we had our main goal, and then I opened up a stretch goal just for shits and giggles, but I wasn't pushing it because we already got our main goal. But thanks to Vlisnuis, Stan Jennings, Drugo Dragos, I've got to say your name correctly, for super chatting today. We got us to our primary goal of $35 for the super chat during today's stream, which is awesome, pushing us towards our full-time objective for month number 2 of full-time content creation here on YouTube. So thank you, everybody. We're on track to hit it. We're pretty close. So I think as long as we have a good few last streams of the month, it's going to be good. If you didn't check out today's harvesting video for the Vanguard Saga of Heroes emulator server, check that out. It went live at 7 a.m. this morning. I will be recording a Rings of Power video this afternoon for release tomorrow morning. And of course, I'll be back tonight for World of Warcraft around 5 p.m. Central Time is the plan, unless something changes. Tomorrow we'll be helping Sparoh power level her character. I think it's a mage on the EverQuest TLP Yellowknack server. So stay tuned for that. Probably around 8 p.m. Central is when 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. Central tomorrow morning is when that kicks off. Then tomorrow night is our World of Warcraft static group, the multi-stream team with myself, Nathan Napalm, Sparoh, Maduros, and my brother at 7:30 p.m. Central. I'll be starting at 5 p.m. playing my mage for a couple hours and then switching over to the hunter for that group. That's tomorrow afternoon. Then Friday, the plan is World of Warcraft in the morning, followed by P99 with the multi-stream team on Friday night at 5 p.m. We will be doing myself, Nathan Napalm, Bounty Code Sparoh, Kel the Reaver, and the Great Vendini. And this Saturday, because Kunar is launching right now for the EverQuest Yellowknack server, this Saturday I'm doing a 12-hour stream for the launch of our Ixar characters, which are the third set of characters that we're leveling up on that server for EverQuest. We're going to be starting around 7 a.m. on Saturday morning and playing until 7 p.m. As we level those Ixars up through Kunark. Stick around for that. That's the immediate foreseeable future. Thanks to everybody. Also, don't forget to check, if you haven't already done so, the video from Saturday for the members of the Adventurers Guild. We put up the first Lord of the Rings Online chicken coop build. I was actually pricing lumber at Home Depot this morning to see how it compares against local prices. It is cheaper than the local lumber here, but the money we would save going to the city is what we would spend, if that makes sense. So by the time we pay for transport there and back, we would have spent the same amount of money just buying the lumber local. So right now, Chris and I are trying to see if we need to run any errands because if we need to run errands in the city, then I think next week we're going to go up to the city, go to Home Depot, order the wood and the lumber for the chicken coop build, go do our errands, and then come back. But I'll keep everybody updated on that. This Saturday will likely be the next chapter of Echoes of the Past for our members, so stay tuned for that. Thanks, Druga. I appreciate that. Thanks, Trips. I will. Wolfen says not feral is not feral is one stuff because we know how to play. Devin says yeah, we bypass slower level by killing 3 formats once. Oh, you guys are just talking more WoW stuff. Anyway, thanks everybody. Thanks for hitting our goals today. I'll be back this afternoon. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, do anything I wouldn't do, and I'll do quite a lot.